Hello everyone, this is our second lecture. We are going to talk about our second chapter, which is the absolute value. We are going to learn what's the meaning of an absolute value, what are the properties of this value, and how can I calculate the distance between 2 points on an axis. First of all, the word absolute value means the distance to zero, and the distance can never be negative, so absolute value of a number can never be a negative number. So this is the zero. Suppose I want to find the absolute value of 5 minus 5 and 0. Locate the 5, it's 5 away from 0, and minus 5 is also 5 away from 0, and 0 is 0 away from itself. So let us evaluate the following using the axis. What's the absolute of minus 4? Suppose that I have here minus 4. So the distance from minus 4 to 0 is 4. And the distance, or how far is the number from 0? Absolute of 3 is 3. Absolute of minus 9 is 9. What's 8 minus 3? It's 5. And absolute of 5 is 5. So as a definition, the absolute value of a number is defined as x for x greater than or equal to 0 and minus x for x less than 0. The distance is equal to the difference between two real numbers. If the distance is positive, then absolute of a minus b is a minus b. If a is less than b, then absolute of a minus b is b minus a. Example, radical 2 minus 1. You know that radical 2 is greater than 1, then absolute of radical 2 minus 1 is radical 2 minus 1. Whereas absolute of 1 minus radical 2, we just switch them, so it's radical 2 minus 1. Now let us see some properties. You should know that absolute of x minus y is the same as absolute y minus x. For example, 7 minus 5 is 2, so absolute of 2 is 2. Absolute of 5 minus 7 is minus 2, but absolute of minus 2 is also 2. So for every property, as you see, there's an example to clarify. Absolute of x times y, it's the same as absolute of x times absolute of y. And absolute of x over y, it's absolute x divided by absolute y. We can check the following example. Also, absolute x plus y is less than absolute of x plus absolute of y. Absolute of x plus y is greater than absolute of x minus absolute of y. These are properties. If you just look at the example beside them, you will see that it's valid. Okay? Um, uh, how do I solve an inequality? So if I have absolute of x is less than a, how do I solve this? There are two cases. The first case where absolute of x is less than a, the solution is going to be x is between minus a and a. Example, absolute of x minus 3 less than 5. How do I solve this? The first time I'm going to take x minus 3 less than 5, and the second time I'm going to solve with x minus 3 greater than minus 5. So x less than 8 and x greater than minus 2. How do I write this? X is between minus 2 and 8. The second case, where I have absolute x greater than 1, are all the values of x that are less than minus a or greater than a. So we write the solution as x less than a or x greater than a. So it's written as, let us take an example. Absolute of 2x plus 1 is greater than 9. Then I solve this. 2x plus 1 greater than 9, or 2x plus 1 is less than minus 9. You can use the number line anyway. So it's x greater than 4 or x is less than minus 5.